All right. We had success today in Minnesota. ICE got the fuck out of Minnesota. As I quote my friend, the mayor of Minneapolis, Mayor Fry. So, why is ICE roaming around, harassing the shit out of people, detaining people, detaining citizens? Why? Because Trump's lazy ass doesn't have an immigration policy. He killed the one in 2024 before the election to make it an issue. So now here we are. We have no immigration policy. What our immigration policy is? A bunch of fucking thugs driving around in vans, pulling people the fuck over. Is that an immigration policy of a developed superpower in the world today? No, it is not. It's some bullshit with this fucking stupid asshole. Mark, do you have an opinion on the immigration policy?
I agree. It's a racist policy. If you're brown, it's time that they pull you over for being brown or black, or if you're a minority, that's their immigration policy. So we need to realize that, and realize that come this election, midterm election, and make sure to get registered now. Because don't think they're not going to be they're going to be at the polling booths. They're going to be trying to intimidate people. Make sure you have your ID, anything you need to make sure you're going to be able to vote.
Well, now, the SAVE Act, though, so what they're also wanting to pass a SAVE Act. Apparently, they want to have everybody use an ID to register to vote. I don't really got a problem with that. Do you?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, okay, pass it. Who gives a fuck? Pass the SAVE Act. That's fine. But now Trump seizing control of 14 cities. He's talking about seizing control. There's gonna be a civil war if that shit happens, because he's gonna steal the election, and then
all hell's gonna break.
Yeah, and then everybody's gonna pull their guns out. All the Democrats are gonna get shot because we have like little pink guns, and all these stupid Republicans have AR-15s. So we don't want to get there. Hopefully, I don't know, Trump's in bad health. Maybe he'll kick the bucket. That's what everybody's hoping.
Yeah.
So here we are. So tomorrow, no, I think Monday is the start of early voting in many places throughout the country for the primary elections that are going to start early voting in the middle or end of February. Then March 3rd is going to be the primary. So you need to register now, because we are really going to need people in November, because our democracy is at stake. Do you want to live in Russia, or do you want to live still in America? Because that's what it's coming down to. That is what this is coming down to, is that do you want to live in a democracy? Because if he's able to control the 14 cities that are heavily Democratic, it's over. They will steal this election in 2026. We cannot allow that to... I really think if we lose in 2026, I think it may be over. What do you think?
Yep, it's going to be over for the way we see America now, because it's going to be a one-party system.
Yeah. The only competitive races will be the Republican primaries. That's it. And if you have any doubt as to how Trump's methods are not working, you can look at the security conference that has started Thursday or Friday with Mr. Rubio giving a speech. And the German prime minister gave a speech basically saying the world order has changed. It is no longer it is a new world order. Europe, we are going to go off on our own as Europe. America apparently is going to go off and do their own thing. And this is the new world order. It's power. The new world order is just who has the power to do what they want to do. So Europe has decided that all the middle powers need to bond together to fight off China, Russia, and now the United States, which is considered another hegemony, that's where we are.
Yeah.
Luckily, they said, we still want the U.S. to be part of NATO. They said, transactionally speaking, it seems to be working out. But they now view the U.S. quite differently as now a possible threat to the rules-based order, where the U.S. doesn't apply. They don't. Trump does not govern by rules. He does what he wants, like an impatient child. He's also has doubled the rate that the debt is accumulating. So the CBO came out. The CBO is a nonpartisan group. They came out Thursday and said that the debt rate is doubling. Trump amassed $1 trillion in debt in 3 months. And the average clip for the last 10 years has been $1 trillion a year from both Democratic and Republican presidents, including Trump 1. Trump is now on track for $4 trillion in 1 year. They said the primary reason is because of that huge tax cut that he's giving his rich friends. So here we are. He's destroying the dollar. He's destroying our currency. And he's giving the currency to his rich friends. Do you need any more reasons to vote? So go to Powered by the People. Beto's doing a great job of signing people up. You can listen to him speak. Or just Google, how do I register to vote? You could probably do it online. I feel better now.
It sounded like you need to let that out, bro.
Yeah, I think I did need to let that out.
It's an array of things that you can get motivated to, from the economy to the Epstein files to, I mean, basically his administration is we're like a big dumpster fire right now. That's how I could describe our country right now.
That's a good analogy. We're a dumpster fire.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And them saying that, oh, things are getting cheaper. No, they're not. Go to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store the other day. I got like 10 items and it was like $100. It's ridiculous.
I got an idea. Anybody out there who thinks things have gotten more affordable and their dollar is really strong and they got no problems, go ahead and vote for the Republicans. Anybody else? You need to switch parties. Look, cut these losers loose. You got conned, okay? Donald Trump conned your stupid ass if you voted for him in 2024. So now, don't get, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Don't get fooled again. J.D. Vance is the same thing.
Except with eyeliner. Except he wears mascara. That's the only thing.
Right. That's the only difference. He puts mascara on. So we need to stop these guys in 2024. We need to flip the House and the Senate 2026. We need to stop these guys in 2026 and flip the House and the Senate. And more importantly, you need to vote Democratic in all of your local elections, which actually, it's a fact that your local policies impact your life more than national, except maybe for health insurance. But still, local is very important.
Don't support these Trumper humpers, because that's what they are. They're all Trumper humpers. They just bow the knee to Trump no matter what. It's pretty pathetic. Anybody that saw the Pam Bondi hearings this week, it was just, she was so repulsive and disgusting. The woman has no self-respect.
Why don't you talk about the Epstein files?
Oof, that's another subject. But as far as the Epstein files, they keep saying, okay, he's the most open president that's ever been. It's like, no, they had to force him to release those files. He could have released those files on his own, but Congress had to sign a law to get him to do that. Everybody knows that.
And they're slow rolling it. There's still 3 million files that have not been released. Why is that? Well, I think you know. Because he's afraid he's going to get, something's going to come out that's going to incriminate. He's probably done something. Or I don't know why they're still holding on to these 3 million files.
If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, acts like a duck, it's a duck. You ever hear that expression? It is what it is. Our president is a pedo.
I don't know if there's any proof that he's a pedophile yet, but he's illegally slow rolling the release of all these files. That is for damn sure.
Yeah. It remains to be seen, but if this was anybody else, if this was any other case, like if it was just a civil case that you were watching from afar, somebody was named in some evidence thousands and thousands and thousands of times, they would be found guilty. So think about it that way. Forget that he's the president. Just look at it through the eyes of a normal, regular case. It is what it is. But, you know, of course, Republicans make excuses for him. Oh, this and that. But yet they're the first one to say, you run with the pack, you are the pack. You know, so it is what it is. He's guilty of something. We don't know exactly what, but he's guilty of something.
Yeah, I don't know how Republicans can not use their critical thinking skills to see what is wrong with this picture. So let me break this down. Let's go into energy policy. So this week, Thursday or Friday, Trump won a huge victory, and something that Democrats have long been seeking to do is to kill the critical scientific finding that enabled the EPA to govern pollution, that governed carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuels. So now apparently Trump believes that we don't need to govern fossil fuels and global warming pollutants. As China now has peaked out and they're using solar and wind. All right, the bottom line is we are going in the opposite direction of the entire rest of the world. So we are killing power and wind.
This points back to the election. All the progress that we've made in the last 20, 30 years is being set back by this idiot. And so at this point, we need to try to stop him from doing any more damage. I think this is why he's moving so fast, because I think he knows he's probably going to lose in the midterms, so he's trying to get all this shit done before the midterms. But we still need to win the midterm to stop him from doing any more damage or try to fold back. So looking in the long term, 2028, whoever the Democratic nominee is, we got to support them, him or her, whoever it is, and be supportive, because just to fix everything Trump has done in the last 4 years. So you have to think about it in those terms, because whatever progress that we've made has been basically shot to shit in this last year or so.
Right. And we're asking you to do more. We want you to register to vote, but we also need you to get off your ass and go volunteer, because the Republicans have 5 times more money than the Democrats in 2026. So what we need you to do is Google where and what you can do. Volunteer for any Democratic organization that you can, but you need to get your ass up off the couch or we're going to lose, because they have 5 times the amount of money that we have. I think Trump's PAC alone has more money than all the Democratic entities put together, because he's been able to get all this black money, dark money, crypto money, whatever. So they've got a ton of money. You are going to have to do more than just vote this time. If you want to keep this democracy. If you don't, well then get back on your couch, keep eating those Cheetos and lose your democracy. All right, we're going to close this thing off with props to all my homies in Minnesota who beat ICE back out of Minnesota. They had to get rid of that Bovino guy, sent over this idiot Homan who's still walking around with $50,000 of FBI money. And apparently, so now it turned out that Corey Lewandowski is now banging Kristi Noem on the side. They're both married. So they're flying around on a Homeland Security luxury jet banging.
Wow. Our taxpayer dollars at work.
That is our taxpayer dollars at work.
Bro, if you want to get your dick wet, get it wet on your own time, bro.
Yeah. And so as we close out tonight, thank you so much, people of Minnesota. You guys have done more than we could have ever imagined. Helping out your fellow immigrants. They probably are. Good for you guys. Because stupid, dumbass Trump doesn't have a policy. If he did, we could have all our immigrant friends go down and register, come back and work, turn around and come back to work. But no, this has to be a show for people like Stephen Miller to say, oh, look, I'm being mean to immigrants. Ooh, look at how big and bad I am. What a pussy.
On that note, make sure to get out there and vote. Get yourself ready for this midterm. Get yourself ready for the primary because it needs to come out. That's my message for the week.
Get out and vote. No, don't just register to vote. You're going to need to volunteer. Because you're way behind on money. Or give some money. Yeah. All right. This is Mike and Mark for Sledgehammer Libs podcast. Keep the faith. And stay with us till November 3rd, 2026. And you know what? Why don't you go work on your polls? So you can make $300-$400 in a day working on March 3rd. So try that. Google, hey, how can I work in my polls in my city? Mark, you got anything else to add?
No. Peace out. Good luck.
Yeah, peace out. Good luck. I'm designing a t-shirt. It's coming out soon. I'm going to want to sell it to you guys. Help support us. Peace out.